Boom, boom. And we're live. Welcome to the Body Booms.
Every fucking time. Every time
Every time what?
I log into this goddamn computer, one of the
Mhm.
things I use just to do anything, gotta update this, update that. Gotta update nothing. Nothing changes, but they gotta update it.
Yeah.
Fucking exhausting.
Yeah. Ah.
So, did you ever see Apocalyptico or
No,
Apocalyptico?
that's the Mel Gibson thing, right?
I'm not even gonna. I know you don't like when people recommend movies to you because you won't watch them anyway, but it's a badass movie.
Wait, when did I say that?
You, well,
Did I say that?
yes, you did. All right.
I don't remember.
Yes, you specifically. I remember one time
Uh-huh.
somebody was recommending you a movie, and you're like, I hate when I know I know it's good, but I hate when people recommend movies because I'm not going to watch them anyway.
I think you're thinking of somebody else.
No, that was you.
I don't. I might have said something about spoiling movies. I hate when people spoil shit.
No,
It pisses me the fuck off.
you said specifically recommending movies, but it was a brutal movie,
Okay.
and one of the main characters, he wasn't the bad guy. Like they kind of portrayed him as the bad guy, but he wasn't really a bad guy. I mean, do you know what the movie was about?
The only thing I know is that there's like no English, like
No,
it's like just in some other language with no subtitles or some shit.
it's all subtitles,
Oh, it's subtitles.
but it's it's before all the nonsense. Like movies today, everything is all about the words. We gotta speak, and everybody's gotta have speaking lines. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they have like there are women out there who take timers, actual stopwatches, and see
What?
how long does it take before a woman speaks. And it's like
Oh my god.
sometimes, oh yeah, there's actually arc. I forget what show was, but there was one where she was complaining. She actually used a stopwatch to time the exact moment a woman spoke. And it's like sometimes it's not about speaking. Like Arnold
Ironically, that
Arnold
type of woman is the
Schwarzenegger's
one you don't want to hear speak.
well, Arnold Schwarzenegger's best movie was The
Hmm.
Terminator, and
Yeah.
people are saying, "Oh, he only had 14 lines in the." Didn't matter. His whole
He's a
presence,
Terminator.
yes,
Yeah.
his presence there spoke louder
What
than
do they
any
expect him
words.
to do? Just as he's walking down the street to Sarah Connor's house?
Oh
Like,
no,
what is he gonna?
he's got to say a quippy line. He's got to say "Hasta la vista, baby."
Yeah, well,
He's
they did
got to.
that. They started
Oh,
that in the second one.
I
Yeah.
did. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the second one,
Uh
but
huh.
the fact that they had him saying goofy lines,
I
or
know.
even did you see the third one?
I at some point I did, and
Oh,
then I tried to rewatch it
yeah.
somewhat recently, and I didn't get past the first like 10 minutes.
It's just it's like they're they forgot how to. They, they're so all about we got to spoke and speak dialogue and spoken words. And
Yeah,
I remember X Files. The two main actors, the actress,
Mulder and Scully.
yes, the woman that played Scully. I don't know if
Uh-huh.
it's true or not. This is what I heard, that she actually would go through the script and make sure that she had the same amount of speaking lines
Oh my
as
god.
the guy, as Mulder. And I'm
Yeah.
like, Jesus Christ, man. Sometimes it is not about
Well,
talking. Learn when to just shut the fuck up.
yeah.
Because in that, like apocalyptical movie, the
Uh-huh.
best scenes were when they didn't say a goddamn word.
Yeah.
And I don't want to. I don't. I really would love to play the clip, but I know we'll get struck. But there's this it's a great. I love this scene.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's about the old Maya Inca Indians,
Yeah.
and they are just they're the warriors. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
which side were going out and grabbing people to be sacrificed to the sun god because that's what they did back then.
Uh-huh.
And as they're just ripping open people's chests and ripping out the hearts and going and stuff, the eclipse comes out and they're like, "Oh, I think we appeased the sun god, and maybe that's enough." So
Uh-huh.
there were extra captives that they didn't kill. So what they did was the warriors grabbed those extra captives and were like, "See, it's like a long field, and at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
field is like a cornfield." And they're like, "If you can make it to that field, you're free." And
Yeah.
so they just let them loose, and guys are running, trying to get to the field. One throws a spear, and this is a warrior. He just throws a spear, and the spear goes right through the guy's back of the head, right out the mouth. It's a brutal movie. It's
Yeah.
glorious. I
Uh-huh.
love it.
Okay.
But the main character, who was like a captive, gets hit in the side, and the main warrior, he's like the main warrior, but he's also a father of two of the other warriors, and
Mhm.
he says to his youngest son, warrior, go out and finish him off. So the goes run, I want to appease dad, goes out, runs, finish him off, but the main character is alive, and he like fights the guy and stabs him in the neck, and then runs off into the cornfield. And the father's like, oh my God, runs towards the guy,
Mhm.
runs towards his son, and he's a warrior. So he's telling his son, this is death. Accept it. Go peacefully. That kind of shit.
Uh-huh.
Now, after he's done, his son dies. They could have said some goofy quips like, I'm gonna get this motherfucker, or let's get this bad motherfucker. Okay. No, it was just pure state. He didn't say, and the name of the father was Zero Wolf. And I'm like, God
Oh.
damn, I forgot how awesome that scene, because I just rewatched
Oh,
the
okay.
scene a couple of moments ago. I'm like, I'm changing my name because the scene wasn't made, because his son dies, he doesn't say a word. You could just see in his face. At first he's a warrior,
Yeah.
but secondly, he's a father. So he's just gets up, doesn't say a word. His son has a necklace, rips the necklace off, puts it around his waist, grabs the
Mhm.
knife from one of the other, because after he goes out there and holds his son, a bunch of other warriors come after him to see what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
So one of the other boys, he grabs the knife, and they just show his face. That nothing, not a word. You just know in his head, we're getting this motherfucker. He's just running after this motherfucker into the fields. I'm like, God damn, that's when I don't know how long when that movie came out, but I know it was like before all this bullshit came out. But
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
is when movies were movies. You didn't have to say quippy dialogue. Like, I love Joss Whedon, but sometimes his dialogue gets much. You know, I, you know, Kevin Smith, before Kevin Smith like went to the
Yeah.
dark side, I love this, but sometimes the dialogue got a little much. Sometimes you don't need to say anything. Like that scene
Apocalypto was 2006, by the way.
okay, yes, well before, back when Mel Gibson was, in his prime, before they
Yeah.
blacklisted him for, I don't even know what he did. But
He made some kind of Jew hating
well,
speech or something.
there you go. But
Or
you
the
saw,
arguments with his wife. That was another thing that was on Opie and Anthony. You remember that shit?
well, I think that he just went crazy. But you saw
Yeah.
Braveheart, right?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
How awesome was that
Oh,
movie?
Braveheart was great.
Okay, so imagine that. Also, how gory and bloody it was.
Mhm.
Same thing with Apocalyptica. It was just a badass movie. So zero.
I'm surprised you don't have some bullshit to say about the Braveheart, since it was a love story.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it set it up like in the
Well, yeah.
beginning.
It was basically the love story was the girl was the dog in the beginning of John Wick.
Yeah,
Is
pretty
how
much.
that
Yeah. Well,
played out.
it's the same tried and true. Sometimes redoing a story, redoing the same tried and true stuff is okay if it's done well. And
Oh
Braveheart
yeah.
was done well.
Yeah,
All
well,
right?
so was John Wick. John Wick
Yes,
was awesome.
the
I still
first one.
haven't seen any of the sequels. I still have not seen them. I've heard from other people that they're not as good and blah blah blah, and I
It's not
just haven't
even.
bothered.
It's not even that they're not as good. It's like, okay, the first movie, John Wick takes out everyone. All
Yeah.
right, just
Yeah.
everyone. They don't
Yeah.
even have a chance because he's Baba Yaga. I saw him take a man out with a
Baba
pencil,
Yaga.
a
Yeah.
fucking pencil. Okay,
Uh-huh. Mhm.
so second, third, fourth one.
It
Let's
just
say
gets
you're.
boring.
Let's say you, Damien Thorne, is one of the best
Mhm.
assassins out there. Now you hear a call on your cell phone. Hey, we're putting out a hit on John Wick.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But you hear the stories that he's taken out everyone. Are you really going to take the chance that you're
Yeah.
going to go
Well, in
after
the first
this
one, they
dude?
did put hits out on him, and one of the
Well, the
one
first
of the
one,
guys winds up
yeah,
like protecting him.
yeah. but you didn't know who it was. Still, John Wick was still the mystery. We
Yeah, yeah,
didn't
yeah,
know. But after the
yeah, yeah,
second one, it's like, okay, we get it. The first one made sense because
yeah,
I could comprehend what he's doing. They killed the dog. It wasn't just about the dog. It was about the dog was the last bit of his wife who died.
hmm
So I get that. But the rest was just like, you're just a mass murderer now. Like, don't get me wrong, the action scenes are amazing. The fight scenes, the choreography is great. But I'm sitting there like, this dude is just blatantly just murdering people like left and right.
yeah,
Like, I
yeah,
can understand the main guy, the main bad guy that he wants to get to, but all these other people, they're just like, and they're just blindly, oh, John Wick, let's get him. Pop, pop. They're all just dying left and right. I'm like, it gets to the point where it's like, okay, we get this now. It's like, what the hell, man?
yeah, yeah. Did you ever see the videos of Keanu Reeves training for John Wick?
Oh, dude, the
It's
dude's
fucking
a
great.
beast.
Yeah, yeah.
Which,
Well, it's what the hell?
well,
Trying to
especially
get
when
rid of
he's
this.
like doing the shooting part,
Yes.
he's like top notch. He's like pop, pop,
Yeah,
pop, pop,
yeah,
pop, pop,
yeah.
pop, and like
Well,
holding it like perfectly. And
also, he supposedly came up with
yeah,
the
yeah,
magazine flick
yeah. I
to
was
get
about to
rid of the
say that.
magazine. That was supposedly all him. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It's not some. And it's at the point now where it's so effective that people are actually using it. Like actual trained soldiers are
Hmm.
using that.
Yeah, I saw that Joe
Yeah.
Rogan
Here,
clip.
here's
Oh yeah, yeah. This
here.
you watch this, I'm like, God damn.
What that? Why is it in slow mo? Okay, here we go. Oh, there's no sound. That's all right.
I hear it.
There's, oh, there's no sound on my end. That's weird. But yeah, I mean, just the fact that there's, he's an actor and he's going through all this training and all that. I would not want to break into his house, dude.
Well, not for nothing.
Yeah,
I mean, the guy's loaded. He is.
yeah.
Would wouldn't you want to do this shit?
Oh yeah. Oh fuck yeah. I'd probably shoot myself in the foot, but yeah. one of those girls behind him, if I was doing it, would actually catch a bullet.
Like, the dude is hardcore, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Which,
Pop, 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 pop. Oh.
which after all the John Wick training,
Mm-hmm.
you know, what happened to the Matrix? the fourth one. I was like, I didn't even see it yet because I heard it was so bad. Not even the woke nonsense, but just like one. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to find it. One dude was, in the first three Matrix, he was
Yeah.
doing karate moves and everything, and in the
Mhm.
fourth one, all he did was just throw his hands out and shoot people away. It's like,
Yeah,
what happened?
yeah. It's anyway. Yeah, that shit's cool to see him actually go through. Because do you remember?
Like, if
'cause
I was
most
an
actors,
actor,
yeah,
this is what I would do all the time. Like,
yeah,
there's some actors like, I want to express my range, and I want to get into, I want to be able to do Shakespeare. So
yeah,
why?
yeah, yeah.
Like,
Did you see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
what's it? The Tarantino movie.
Tarantino.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, just what all actors are like. The part where Leonardo DiCaprio, I forget his name in the movie, is training with the fire extinguisher, and then he turns around to the tech guy and goes, "Can we do something about the heat?" Fucking idiot. That's what actors are, and that's Tarantino basically saying, "Yeah, actors are fucking stupid."
Oh well, no, dude. Have you heard about the writers' strike, or the not the writers' strike, but the writers and actors strike?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
yeah. Well, that's
Like,
going to lead into one of the things we wanted to talk about, which was the AI shit,
oh my god.
because that's one of the reasons for the strike, by the way. Because
Good. Good.
yeah, because well, first of all, what's his face? Bruce Willis gave up his image, his likeness. They basically scanned him in so they can use him in future movies, and they paid him a chunk of money because he's got whatever.
Yeah, he can't act anymore.
He can't act anymore. So I forget what it is he has, but it basically affects his speech, so he
Mm-hmm.
can't really talk. But anyway, so they got that. But what they're trying to do is basically say, hey, if you're an actor, actress, we come here, we scan you in, we get your speech patterns, blah blah blah. We pay you this chunk of money, which is probably a lot right off the bat, but then nothing after that. So they get no royalties, no nothing, and they're just going to let AI just do all the fucking shit. And it's getting to the point where they can do it. Like if you watch some videos where people put out videos where AI created something
Well, dude,
without human intervention, they kind of suck.
the Obama, Biden, Trump GTA videos.
Well,
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah,
god! And
yeah, yeah,
those are just. I mean, they do the voices perfectly,
yeah.
and you've
The
seen,
voices they're getting pretty good.
and all it takes is like 10 minutes. I think 10 minutes or 10 seconds of speech for it to pick up everything.
Yeah.
And it's not there yet in regards to video, but it's getting close. Like I've
Hmm.
seen, like I know people hate TikTok, but if you
Yeah.
look at the wrong shit on TikTok, yes, it's crap. But if you look at the good shit, like the AI shit, like my TikTok is full of AI, uh, building cars, building engines, motorcycles, cars,
Hmm.
knowledge, like Joe Rogan, like crazy knowledge when he's dropping like, or biologists speaking stuff. Yes, there's some animated, big boob, big titty women. Yes, I'll admit that. But it's
Hmm.
also mecha stuff. But again, it's none of, I don't have girls twerking or any of that crap. But a
Hmm.
lot of it is the AI stuff where it's
Yeah.
just like drawing all these just crazy shit. I'm just like, Jesus Christ. But
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know about you. I, I'm sick of actors. Good. Like, I'm tired of them. I hope this.
Yeah.
The only thing that I don't like about the strike is apparently voice actors are on
Hmm.
strike because there's a couple of animes. Because I can't watch animes subbed. I don't give a shit. I might have kicked the hornet's nest in that one. I can't do it. I
Yeah.
want to watch it dubbed. And apparently, there's
I
one
watch
anime.
everything. I can't stand subtitles
Uh,
at all.
yeah. Well,
I can't.
Apocalyptico's in subtitle, but whatever. It's still a great
The
movie.
problem with subtitles is
It ends
okay.
too fast. That's
No, no. Well, sometimes, but other times you're looking at this. Well, here's the thing: there's a delicate balance there because it either ends too fast
Mhm.
or it gives you too much information on the screen. So you're actually looking into the future as you're reading. So you're reading it before they say it
Oh
sometimes.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
that's annoying. The other thing is you're not when you're watching a movie, you kind of notice shit in the background and things, especially if it's a good movie where they actually plan out the stuff you see in the background.
Hmm.
Um, when you're reading subtitles, you're going from subtitle to main character, and your eyes just keep darting back and forth between the bottom of the screen and the character speaking, the bottom of the screen and the character speaking. You never pay attention to anything else.
Hmm.
So you miss a whole lot of shit. I just can't stand it. Some
I
people don't like dubbing. I'll even watch a bad dubbed movie than
Yes.
over a subtitled movie.
Mind you, I agree with you 100%. I cannot
Yeah,
stand sub.
yeah.
I suffered through it on certain things like Apocalyptico. There's
Hmm.
been certain animes that I've watched that because I heard they were really, really good.
Yeah.
But even then, I'm just like, oh my god! And
Uh,
sometimes they put it. It's like 3 lines of text, and they put it up for 2 seconds, and they move to the
yeah,
next
yeah.
thing,
Well,
and I gotta rewind,
because it's
pause.
anime. It's
Yeah,
anime. They're like, what do you mean that's too for them? They're like, what do you mean? It just flashes in front of you and you read it. Like us dumb Americans are like, then he said,
well, I
but
just found out that they put out a new trailer for Godzilla,
yeah,
and it looks
Godzilla.
amazing
Yeah.
because it's apparently made by Japanese. Like I don't know if
Okay.
you've seen the last couple of Godzillas.
I seen I seen part of the Matthew Broderick one,
Oh no, no, no.
and
That
then
that
I
was
was
crap.
out. Yeah.
That thing was crap. But they came out with
Yeah.
another Godzilla just recently, not that long
Uh-huh.
ago. Like I
Okay.
think 2016.
I gotta tell you, I'm not that interested in Godzilla.
These movies didn't help.
Yeah. Yeah,
It didn't help
I mean,
because
maybe when I was a kid, but even then I was like, all right. I mean, even as a kid, the early ones looked so goofy. You could
well,
tell it was just a model with some
yeah,
dude in a suit just stomping on stuff.
but it's still a giant monster movie, which I
Yeah.
love.
Yeah.
But the thing is, all three of them, they again, it's Hollywood. They got to bring in the human element. We got to
Mhm.
show how the humans are affected by the giant. Like, I don't give a fuck. I want to see a monster just beating shit up. I don't want to see because you saw Stranger Things, right?
Yeah. Well, I didn't watch I watched the first and second season all the way through,
That's
and
fine.
then the
Good enough.
third and
You
yeah.
know who 11 is?
Yeah.
Well, 11 was in the second and the third one. And they
Mhm.
constantly just kept focusing the story on her. I'm
Mm.
like, if I want to see 11, I'll go see Stranger Things. If I want to see a Godzilla movie, I want to see
Oh,
Godzilla,
I
not
see.
11. Like there was the
Yeah.
second movie, it was like Godzilla Kings of Monsters. And Godzilla is fighting this monster called King Ghidorah, and he's basically a three-headed dragon. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, they're fighting. This is awesome. Oh, we got to focus on 11's face. I'm like, can we not
Mm.
focus on 11's face? Then they would go back to the action between the two monsters fighting each other. I'm like, yes, this is up. No, we got to focus on 11 again. I'm like, what is your fucking problem? Like, I didn't pay $12. Well, probably 20 now
Mm.
to see 11's face. I can see her at any moment. What
Yeah.
the hell? Drives me
Yeah.
nuts. It's like they seem like they're somebody brought this up on another video. It seems like Hollywood is afraid to make a full out just monster movie. They got to add the humans and what the humans think and how the humans are affected and what the
Well,
humans
I
are
mean,
saying. And
but
again,
that's part of it.
dialogue
But
and
that's the
talking.
story, though. But that's the story. Like you just want Godzilla just
No,
thrashing around
no.
for 2 hours.
Pacific Rim. Pacific Rim.
Okay.
Awesome. Did you see that one?
Yeah, I'm going to completely disagree with you. I
Oh,
fucking
really?
hated
Okay.
Pacific Rim. I
I
fucking
loved it.
hated it.
Because
Yeah.
it's pretty much what I want to see. Monsters beating the shit out of each other. Giant monsters versus giant mechas.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I couldn't
this is
fucking
the best
stand it.
movie ever.
I couldn't stand it. There's these giant monsters. We have all this technology. What should we do? We'll build giant suits that we can use to fight them like we're in a fucking kung fu movie. No, and then they got fucking robots with missiles on their fucking shoulders that shoot out at the. Just shoot the fucking missiles from a ship. You don't
Yeah,
need
but
all this bullshit.
that's
But and
not
by the way,
cool.
they never worked. They always
But
got their ass kicked. The entire movie, every fucking robot got its ass kicked.
but
Not a
it looks
single fight
cool.
was won, except for the end, and that took some other kind of portal shit and everything else they do. Every single fight in that movie, the robot lost and got its ass kicked. It made no sense. And then there was one, I love the one where the dude pulls out. First of all, he's grabbing cars and boats and shit and hitting the monster with the boat. And then after like 15 minutes of that, he finally pulls out his sword. You had a sword the whole time? The whole time you had a sword and you're picking up boats and shit? The fuck is wrong with you? I don't want to kill him yet. I want to beat him up with a car first. What the fuck is wrong with you? But every single fight was lost. It was stupid. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. So I'm going to disagree with you. That one could have used a little more story. Yeah, I didn't like that much. I watched it twice, by the way. I watched it, hated it, thought it was dog shit. Everybody at work that watched it was like, "Oh, did you see blah blah blah?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I seen it." And they were raving about it, and I'm like, "I thought it was dog shit." So then a couple of years later, I'm like, "Let me give this a shot," because there have been times where I've watched a movie and I'm in a bad mood or I'm just not into it. So it's a good movie and I probably would like it if I was in the mood. And and then I watch it a second time and it changes my mind. It did not. It did not. I was falling asleep for the whole fucking thing.
uh,
It was so dumb. I'm sorry, dude.
see,
I'm sorry. I couldn't stand that movie.
I love your take on it.
But dude, think about it. They lost every and the premise to me was so stupid. Like we got these giant monsters with teeth and fangs and claws and shit. Let's build a robot to punch it in the face. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Well, did
And
you,
it didn't work, but they
I
kept doing it.
I gather you never watched Voltron growing up.
I was aware of is it Voltron with a V?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Voltron.
I was
Yeah,
aware of it, but I wasn't
you
I
never.
wasn't that
Yeah, I
wasn't
can see. I can tell because
yeah, yeah.
that's pretty much Voltron.
Yeah, yeah,
Every
yeah.
story, he'd
Yeah.
get his ass kicked, he'd punch and go
See,
around,
here's the
then
thing. I don't
form the blazing sword, and then he kills the guy. It's like,
Yes.
you're right.
Yes.
Why'd you just do that at the beginning?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I hate Superman, by the way. I cannot stand Superman. Because the whole time he's struggling to beat whatever it is he's going against, and then he does the one thing at the end that he could have done in the fucking first 5 minutes of the movie and won the whole battle. It's every Superman story ever made, which I guess is supposed to be the storyline. He's always holding back because he's too strong or whatever the fuck. But that's not entertaining to me. It's not entertaining when the guy is just super powerful, nothing can fucking stop him. Yet he's a goody two shoes. That makes no sense to me. Like, at least Batman has some darkness and he wants to fucking kill the Joker and he holds himself back. I mean, Superman's the opposite. The Superman doesn't want to kill the Joker and he might accidentally, so he needs to be careful. Fuck off, Superman. I can't stand Superman. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Really, he's having problems with a bald genius. That's his
Yeah.
enemy.
That always bugged me about Superman. Like,
I can't.
every single movie is got to be, he's got to fight Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
It's like, you know how many like I've been watching, I mean, Superman since Christopher Reeve.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times you gonna fight Lex Luthor?
I know,
man. Like,
it's so dumb. That's why everybody liked the second one. Yeah.
The second one? The second one was horse shit.
Oh, okay. You didn't like I like the second one better.
No.
Tell me.
Dude. Fucking get me started. All right, here we go.
All right.
First off, you're Superman. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. Margot Kidder is a beautiful woman.
Uh-huh.
Is she beautiful enough for me to give up fucking being Superman for? Are you out of your fucking mind? There's no woman on this planet hot enough for me to give up being fucking Superman for. Are you fucking crazy?
Then he gets his ass kicked in a diner by a truck driver.
I'm sitting there like, what the fuck? For this goofy bitch, you give up being fucking Superman for?
And by the way,
fuck out of here.
And by the way, immediately, if this was reality, immediately after that diner scene where he got his ass kicked by the trucker,
she would have dumped him.
She would have been gone. She would have left with the trucker. She would have been. The next scene, you would have seen the trucker driving with her head in his lap, bobbing up and down.
Okay, but before that, let's go before that. All right, how did he get to the Fortress of Solitude? He obviously flew there.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the Fortress of Solitude, he gives up his powers because mother.
So how did he get home?
Now, how the fuck did you get back from the Fortress of Solitude if you flew there? That didn't make any sense. What? This is stupid.
Yeah, how did they were both in the Fortress of Solitude?
Yes,
that's right. So how did they both?
And they just
so there should have been a scene with them trekking back through the snow, and then Lois Lane dies from hypothermia.
I'm like, again, when I watched it as a kid, because I'm a dumb kid, I don't know any better. I'm like, this is amazing. He's beating Zod, and it's so funny, and Lex Luthor. And then I'm watching it. Actually, you know who brought it up? Patrice O'Neal.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, wait a minute. And I watched it back. I'm like, oh my God. This is shit. Because last time I watched it, I was a kid. I didn't watch because there's so many other stuff out there that's awesome. I'm not gonna rewatch an old Christopher Reeve movie.
Yeah.
And I watched it again. I'm like, oh my God,
dude,
this is shit.
Nowadays, that's all I do is go back and watch old shit. I can't watch the new stuff.
Depends on the movie. Some of the newer movies, some of the older movies, like you saw Death Proof, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember the scene where they're talking about I like gearhead movies, I like Vanishing Point and Gone in 60 Seconds. And she's like, not that Angelina Jolie bullshit. So I like that one. The Gone in 60 Seconds.
I liked Gone in 60 Seconds. Yeah.
Have you ever watched the original?
No.
Dude, I have no.
I
The
didn't
only
know there was an
reason,
original.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, the only reason I even knew what was going on is because I watched the remake.
Oh,
If you, I'm like, what is like in the remake? There's a reason why he's stealing all the cars to help his
yeah.
brother.
Hmm.
In the original, there's no reason. They're
Oh,
just stealing cars.
he's
They're
just
just
stealing cars.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a movie that we would have to watch because don't get me wrong, the chase scenes were
Hmm.
amazing.
Yeah.
To this, I saw the movie and it wasn't that long ago. I don't even know who the main
Dude, some
character
of the
was.
best car chase scenes are in the 70s.
Oh yeah,
Some, yeah, they were good at it back then because that was the thing that they had. That was their, their special effect. That was their action back in the day. Like every movie in the 70s had, especially cop movies and stuff, all had to have these elaborate chase scenes.
and
I
it was real. Like
Yeah, yeah,
there's no CGI to fake it.
yeah. And there's no crumple zones on these cars, so they're
Uh,
fucking these cars up. This I'm sure that the stunt men are getting fucked up every time.
I'm sure they are.
Uh, but it was great. I can't remember the name of the movie, but there was a chase scene with Gene Hackman. It was a 70s movie that
The
at the
French
time was,
Connection.
it might be the French Connection. At the time, it was considered one of the best chase scenes because it goes on for like 15 minutes. It's just this big, long chase scene, and it's nothing
Now,
but fuck.
was it Gene Hackman or was it
I don't know.
oh my god, I forgot his name. He's the dude's dead.
Yeah.
He was like 5'6", but they said he was like the toughest man
Uh,
at the time. I
yeah.
forget his name. God
Yeah. Yeah.
damn
Yeah.
it. But I the chase scene was between a Dodge Charger and Bullet. Bullet. That was the movie.
Oh. Oh. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Because it was the Green Mustang. I remember the Green Mustang is known as the
Yeah.
Bullet Mustang. Blah blah. Anyway, so my cousin bought me that movie, and the chase scene was great.
Yeah.
But the rest of the movie, I'm like, what's fucking going on?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't
I
know
have
anything
no
else about the movie.
I
That's
have
all I
no
know is the
clue what's
chase scene.
going on. Same thing with
Yeah.
Gone the original Gone in 66. Like, I only know they're stealing stuff because I watched the remake.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're stealing stuff. I don't even know who the main actor was in the original Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yeah.
Like, all I know there's the cars. I know they're stealing. They're
Mhm.
talking over the CB radio. But I'm
Yeah.
like, who is doing what? Why are we doing this? What is the point to this? What do we? All it
Yeah.
was just we're stealing cars and we're just going to show them running, riding down the road. That was the movie.
Yeah.
That was
I
pretty
always
much
wanted
it.
to go back and watch the originals of all the movies that I love because a lot of the movies we grew up on were all remakes.
Oh
We
yeah.
don't think about it. We don't realize it. Like The Thing apparently was a
Oh,
black and white
bleh,
movie.
bleh,
Uh,
bleh,
okay,
bleh,
you tell me you're
bleh,
batting the black and white
bleh.
version, not the.
Yes. No,
Okay, good.
get the fuck out of here.
Well, I never
Oh,
seen it, and I always want to, even as a
dude,
goof, I want to go back and watch it.
it was a 19, like there's a difference, all right?
Oh yeah,
1960s, like mid 1960s
yeah,
to 80s, like
yeah,
probably early 90s.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Yes. Before that,
Yeah,
most
yeah,
of it
yeah.
is shit. Like you see, like if you
Yeah.
see the costume for the thing, it's like, what the fuck is
It's a
this?
costume.
Oh, dude,
I guess there
it's
has to be.
so
They don't have any other way of
it's
doing it.
so goofy looking.
But the thing about The Thing in the 80s that was great is it's not like they invented new technology. It was all
It's all
practical
practical.
effects.
Oh,
The whole thing.
that movie's a goddamn classic.
Oh, I love that movie.
Did you see
Love it.
the prequel?
Yes, the one that they called, what did they call it? They called it The Thing, right?
Yeah.
And it was a prequel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It-
I seen it.
I'm watching with my friend. I'm like, midway through, I'm like, dude, I think this is the biggest piece of, and he just cut off me off like piece of shit in the fucking history. I'm like, this is garbage.
I
It
don't
was
remember
so-
too much of it.
And from what I heard, they wanted to do practical effects, and
Oh.
they had it all set up, all ready. They had them all built. And then the
Yeah.
studio came in, it's like, no, we want to use CGI. like-
Okay, so that's what it was. That's what fucked it up.
Oh, yeah, no, I think the
The
story
only thing I
fucked it
remember
up.
about that movie, and it was the only thing that I'm like, oh, they should have thought about that in the original, was the fillings. Yeah, okay, the copies wouldn't have fillings. I'm like, that seems so obvious. Like that's something that they should have thought of in the first one instead of burning copper wire and sticking it in blood.
Well, the blood idea, but that's dismissing
Yeah.
the blood idea, which is
Yeah.
Wait, first off, do you, let's say you are looking for the thing. Do
Hmm.
you really want to get close to the thing's fucking mouth?
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah. That's funny. So let me check your fillings. Oh, my eye.
And
Yeah,
you know what's great about that movie? Even watching it today, I still learned a couple of things. Like,
yeah.
remember the guy when he was thought I thought the dude was having a heart attack, and they were pumping. The doctor was like trying to give him CPR by pumping his chest. Then he pushed his hand through, and
Yes.
that okay, that guy.
Yeah.
If you watch beforehand, he kept hitting his chest,
Well,
but he was scared of the thing.
oh.
And it's like, oh, he didn't know he was the thing. I'm like, God damn
Oh,
it, man.
really?
Yes. I was like, dude, that gave a level of creepiness to that movie. I'm just like, oh.
Well,
Because you
wait a
remember,
minute though, because
yeah.
the thing once they were because they were copies. It's not like Alien where they were infected they were actual copies. The original person's dead, and then that person is now doing like sabotaging shit
Well,
in the. So he had to know he was the thing.
if you think of it that way, I was
Yeah.
thinking of it that it got a piece of it got inside of him. And he's
Mm,
still him. But the thing inside of him, because remember the video, the
yeah.
little cheesy Atari graphics video where the alien
Oh
cell was
yes,
eating the
yes.
human
I
cell,
remember that.
and
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
thinking that's what's happening to that dude. Like he got a little piece of it inside of him, and he's
Maybe that's
replicating inside of him
yeah. I never thought of it because
slowly.
I'm always picturing it like because they showed a few people, I guess, being cloned or being turned, and
Uh
basically you
huh.
see them getting digested,
Yeah,
and then
but that's from the dog. The dog
yeah, yeah,
or
yeah, yeah, yeah.
the that
So
that
so
big thing that they brought back was digesting him. But
so
if
you
a
get a little
piece of it,
cell inside
yeah,
you, and it does that from the inside out.
yes. But
Yeah.
he's
Okay.
technically the thing, but she didn't know he's the thing because you watch the movie, watch it again. He's
Yeah.
terrified. He's like, we can't let him in. We can't let McCready back in because
Yeah.
he's possibly the thing. And he's like punching his chest, like, but I
Also,
gotta keep.
okay. Here's my question, because
Yeah,
here's the thing I never understood in that movie. So I don't remember the names. Who's the doctor that flipped out and started breaking all the CB radios and all kinds of shit, trying to burn the place down, and they locked him in like the tool shed.
diabetes.
Diabetes. Okay, so diabetes gets locked in the tool shed. Later on in the movie, they go to collect him, and he's not there, and they realize that he dug a hole under the thing, and then they find practically a car-sized spaceship that he built. How
Yeah.
long was he in that shed that he
Uh,
built a fucking tiny spaceship? He
but then
built a
again,
flying saucer.
it's an alien. And remember
That's true.
I mean, we don't know the how the capabilities of an alien. I mean, he could probably
I
build a
guess.
spaceship in
Well,
2 minutes.
okay, but here's the thing: that alien. Okay, that wasn't the alien that flew the spaceship to Earth. That thing took over the aliens in the spaceship. The alien spaceship crash landed, and then the virus that took over the aliens in that
Wait,
ship.
hang on. What?
Yeah,
Wait,
that thing didn't fly the ship.
I
That thing
thought.
never. No, it.
Okay, no,
Yeah,
hang on.
yeah,
Okay, in the movie,
yeah.
they showed the video.
Uh-huh,
I'm even recognizing that piece of shit fucking sequel or
yeah.
prequel. I'm talking
Uh-huh.
about the original the '80s remake that we know and love with Kurt Russell.
Yes.
Okay. They showed the video of the Norwegians. They found the spaceship.
Uh-huh.
And then a couple of feet away from the spaceship, they found the body and they
Yes.
brought it back.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. So I thought that was the alien
See, I
of
don't think
the.
they explained it explicitly, but I remember feeling like well, okay. So just like in the original Aliens, right? They
Mm,
find a spaceship, they find that the being sitting in, the pilot of the spaceship sitting in his seat and had a chest burster come out of his chest because they showed that his rib cage had blown out. So in other words, it wasn't the xenomorphs that flew that ship and crash landed it on that planet and then came out and started killing people. They were the ones that took over that ship. Well, I took Thing to be the same scenario.
Oh,
when the
okay.
reason that the UFO
Oh, but
crashed in the first
so
place.
I thought you like saw maybe some extra footage that I did. So that's your assumption. Okay. No, I mean,
You know
who
what?
knows?
I'm trying to because I thought I was solid on that, but now I'm trying to recall in a specific scene
Maybe you're
that
maybe you're
describes that.
mixing both up, aliens and dude, I do it all the
Okay.
time, man. We're getting
Well,
old.
okay. So yeah, no. So I guess yeah. I guess it's possible I was wrong, but that's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
I thought that you know.
Speaking of shitty sequels, did you see the sequels to the Alien movies? Not
I
not the James Cameron classic. No, that one was
well, the
beautiful.
first and second one, Alien and
Yes.
Aliens, were amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not talking about 3 and I'm
Well,
not talking about 4. I'm talking about
oh
Prometheus and
no,
then oh god
no, no,
damn
no,
it.
no, no, no. I didn't actually like three, and I
Oh,
kind of
3
stopped there.
3 was shit.
Yeah.
4 was even worse.
Well, as soon as that's the thing when I'm watching a franchise, as soon as I hit the shitty one, I stop. So I love the first one, love the second one. Is two completely separate movies. Equal in my eyes. It's apples and oranges. One's a horror movie, one's an action movie. Perfect. They did that great because if they tried to recreate horror in the second one, being that you know what the alien looks like and all that, it wouldn't have worked. So the
What?
fact that they
You
went
didn't
all
find
action.
the second one? Was it horror? Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, okay, it was
Dude, when she walked into that alien nest with all
yeah.
the eggs,
No,
and
no,
then
no, no.
she's following
It
the egg laying piece, dude, I was shitting my pants. And then she sees the queen
yeah.
just out, dude. I was like,
Well, look, they didn't go.
what?
My point is, they didn't go back to the whole mysterious.
Oh,
What's a chest burster? They
one
took it off from there and made it into more action
well,
than
action horror, I guess you can consider it.
more action horror. Where the
Well,
first one, I would
it was
say, is
one
all
alien
horror.
versus multiple people, whereas the second one had a whole
And,
bunch of
but
aliens
yeah,
versus
hence the
everybody.
name Aliens. But then the third one, when they got to the prison, the prison planet or whatever it was,
Oh yeah.
that one sucked. I couldn't
Uh,
tell you the first thing about it.
it was shit. It
I
was
the only thing I found
oh
funny
god damn it.
was she spent all that time protecting Newt in the second one, and in the
Uh-huh.
third one, Newt's just fucking dead.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
just
she died.
and Hicks, yep, Hicks is gone. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah,
really?
yeah,
And I mean, if you really think about it, it's like, how did that chest burster get in there? Like,
yeah.
apparently
It
there
doesn't.
was,
Yeah,
they should. She was saying she saw one went into Newt's thing, and another went into hers. It's like,
hmm
ah, give me a break, man. Did you guys even write the move? Like,
no, they didn't. They just wanted to
the,
crank out another Alien movie. They thought they could make it, and they probably made a good chunk of change from all the people going the once.
oh
To
no, oh no, that shit was a flop.
oh, was it?
It
No,
was, I think, from what I remember, I think it only made like 50,000 dollars or something like that, which is back in the day. Shit.
50,000.
I mean,
Wow.
50 million.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
sorry,
I
50
was like,
million.
Jesus Christ.
Like, I don't think it broke 100 million.
Yeah.
Like,
I was
it
like, Jesus
was.
Christ, they only made enough to buy a Tesla? Really? But yeah, well, 50 million, and meanwhile they made it for like 30 or some shit. So
Oh,
I
but
don't know.
you got to double because it's not
Mm,
just production costs.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
first, I watched this whole beautiful thing on how they
yeah.
explain, like, you know, how much movies have to make to break even. Because
Yeah,
there's the cost of the movie,
yeah.
then there's advertising and promotion,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and don't forget, if a movie makes, let's say, just 10 million in the first weekend,
Mhm.
okay, the studios don't get all that money.
Yeah,
Half of
yeah.
that money goes to the movie theaters. So
Yes.
technically, your movie only made 5 million.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so you have to count that in. I think as the movie goes on longer into the, I forget how the split goes. I think it's like first, I think it's 50-50 at first, and then it goes like, 70-30 or something on
Yeah, yeah.
whatever side. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
some the
anyway.
general rule of thumb is if the movie costs, like, let's say 100 million to make, it has to make 200 million back to break even.
Yeah, yeah.
But in the sequels for the aliens,
No.
apparently, uh, some guy called David made the aliens. Some robot named David. I'm like, what the fuck,
Wait.
dude?
What?
I can't make it. I can't make
So
this
they're not
shit up.
aliens. They're made by
Okay,
something.
remember the second one or even the first one, the
Uh-huh.
robots, the
Yeah,
androids?
the simulated human or whatever they
Yes.
called them. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, in the other ones, which they're technically prequels,
Uh-huh.
okay, there was this crazy android called David, and they went to the the planet where the remember the alien from the first one, not the
Mm-hmm.
aliens, the xenomorphs, but the one sitting in the chair with
Mm-hmm.
the chest burster.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that species, that aliens, he went to their home planet, and I don't know, I guess he got pissed off, killed them all, and then started genetically altering and created the alien. Hey, dude, it was as stupid as I just explained it. It's
Yeah.
not as stupid as it actually
Wait a minute.
is.
Wait. So hang on a second.
Oh yeah.
So it was a prequel. So we made the robot. The robot made the alien. And how did the alien get on the other alien spaceship?
Dude, they never explained that shit.
Eh,
I do not fucking at that point, I didn't even fucking care.
yeah.
This shit was so stupid. I'm like,
Yeah. Well, that's see this is why I stopped once I hit the bad one. That after the third one, I was like, all right, I
but
get.
here's the problem. The next couple of movies were made by the guy who made the first one. Ridley Scott made
It
the
doesn't
first
matter.
Alien. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my God. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna make this new. At first, he said Prometheus is gonna have nothing to do with aliens. But then you get to the movie, it's like,
Yeah.
that's a
I
pretty much
don't
a
see.
fucking
I never
alien.
seen it.
Don't
I
don't
never seen it, but
don't waste your time.
it has
I'm
something to
telling you right
do
now.
with panspermia, right? Where they seeded the planet. I don't even know.
Apparently, the I'm gonna call them space jockeys because that's what for whatever reason they call them. The guys that were sitting in a chair with the chest burster.
Okay.
They're the creators of the human species.
Oh, okay.
Okay. They
Yeah.
came to Earth. He drank some black liquid and his body just disintegrated, went into water, and then all of a sudden, human race came around. Then
Yeah.
I guess they came back later on and left markers to show where they are.
Hmm.
And so this is by the time we're at space travel. And so we go to the planet, but it's not their planet. It's apparently a planet full of black goo that's going to kill Earth.
Okay.
And they resurrected one of the space jockeys because apparently he was sitting there for I don't even know how many years. And they started
Mhm.
talking to him, and he started killing people. And I'm just like, and mind you, I'm giving a horrible explanation movie because there's more to it, but it's such a shit movie. I don't even fucking care.
Yeah. Yeah. I
And
just I
that's when, and then one of the survivors of all the bullshit found where the main space jockey's planet is, and she flew there with David's head because apparently the space jockey didn't like David and ripped his head off, and so she grabs David's head, goes into steals one of the space jockey's ship because she's somehow able to fly it, or David, I think, flew it. He's able to figure it out. Dude, it was so fucking stupid.
yeah.
It was a
Yeah.
stupid fucking movie.
Yeah.
All right. Then they came
Yeah.
out with the next one, which I think was Alien Covenant, which he said, "Oh, this is not going to be a sequel to Alien, but it's called
Which is
Alien Covenant."
which is the one where they brought back Sigourney Weaver
Oh,
as a clone or
that
some
was
shit.
Alien 4, which holy fuck.
And wasn't Winona Ryder the robot in that one?
Oh,
I never seen it.
yeah, dude.
I seen pieces of it. There's a part where she's the only part I seen like clip is something with a basketball with some dudes playing, and then she throws a like a
Which
full shot court and gets it
which
in. Like,
which was actually real. She actually
oh,
made that shot
okay. After
somehow.
50
All
times
right.
trying,
No,
probably.
I
Oh,
don't know if it
really?
was fit. I think it was the first time because
Oh,
they
nice.
showed. I think Ron Perlman was in the shot, and when she made the shot, he like smiled like, "Oh my god!" She made and almost ruined the clip.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
But yeah,
So,
that
yeah.
was just. I mean, they showed a pregnant alien. I'm like,
Oh, who was pregnant? The
one of
alien was pregnant?
the queen was pregnant.
Well, the queen was laying eggs in the second
Oh
one.
no. When I say pregnant, I mean human pregnant.
What? That doesn't make any sense. They're fucking insects.
Exactly. My point. My fucking point exactly, dude. I'm
Uh,
watching this crap like I literally had my
Maybe
head
the
in my hand, like,
maybe the writers should just be fired. Fuck
yeah,
this strike.
yes.
Just get rid of all the
Give it
fucking
to
writers.
AI. Let AI do it because my fucking God, man.
Dude, the best movies are when some new guy comes around, like Kevin Smith when he made Clerks, or you can probably name a bunch of them. Some new guy, fucking Sylvester Stallone when he made Rocky. Some new guy comes around with an idea. Nobody knows who the fuck he is. They don't want to give him a chance. They give him a little bit of money to make the shitty movie he's going to make him go away, and then it becomes this big fucking hit. It's these big blockbuster sequel pieces of shit that are written by these writers that are, you know, the studio just
Writers.
gives them a task. Here.
Writers. Because it's always like 30 people and everybody's got to put their ideas in
Yeah.
and so on. And it's like, oh, I don't like that. I'm going to change this. Meanwhile, if it's just one person,
Yes.
and usually it's one person makes a great story, and then everybody's got, oh no, I don't like that. I'm gonna change that. Oh, I don't like
Yeah.
that. I'm
Yeah.
gonna change.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then the
Yeah.
studio's got to come in, and I don't like that. I gotta change
Yeah.
that. I don't like. Did you ever see what was
Hmm.
that? What movie? Law Abiding Citizen.
No.
I think it was Law.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, with Jamie Foxx and Gerard Butler.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes. I did see. I did
that
like that movie.
movie
Yeah.
was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
so good
Yeah. Yeah.
until the end
Okay.
because Jamie Foxx had to put his 2 cents. I don't want the bad guy winning. I got to have the good guy
Oh,
win.
seriously? It was supposed to be the bad guy winning,
Yes.
and Jamie Foxx stuck his
Because it
fucking
felt
dude. Just
weird.
read the fucking lines on the page. If anybody wanted to see the script you would write, you'd be a fucking script writer. Like what the
Seriously.
fuck?
You're an
Anyway.
actor. Just act. You
Yeah.
used
Just
wasn't he on fucking in Living Color?
yeah. Yeah. That's where he
Yeah,
started. Yeah.
dude. That's
He's a
where he
comedian.
started. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Just I was so mad because when
Yeah.
I saw because the movie was going so good, it was great, and then that ending was like, wait,
Look,
this ending doesn't feel right
here's the
because
thing.
this dude was 10 steps ahead of
Yes. Yeah.
everyone,
And then
but at the very end, oh, I didn't see that coming. No, this dude was
yeah.
planned this shit for years.
Dude, he had a tunnel going in and out of the
Seriously.
prison, which would have taken years to create.
Exactly. But he got Jamie Foxx outwit. I'm like, get the fuck
Look,
out of here.
Jamie Foxx is a comedian. If he has a funny line to add to the script, I would listen to that man because he's a fucking comedian. I'd
Mhm.
listen to him more than I'd listen to some fucking executive give a funny line. But when it comes to the ending of a movie, what experience does he have
I don't know. It was
to write
so
the ending of a
annoying.
fucking movie?
Seriously. I hear that a
Uh,
lot.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I
I
wouldn't. I look. I know that Hollywood directors and stuff like that, they're kind of forced into having these big names in their movies, and even when they're not, they want these big names because they want people to see their shit. But if I was a director, I'd be like, give me some fucking newcomers, give me some
seriously,
fresh blood,
give
some
me
people that are going to keep their
nobodies.
fucking mouth shut and do what the fuck I tell them.
Do what I
If
do.
it sucks, it's on me. That's fine.
But that's
But yeah,
that's the problem because to make a movie requires lots of. There was a movie called I forget what the movie was called, but it was a movie about some transgender dude. Okay,
Hmm.
and Scarlett Johansson was going to play the transgender dude.
I'll get the
So
fuck
all
out.
these people were like, "Okay, I'll give you money to be part of a Scarlett Johansson movie." Yeah, oh, Scarlett Johansson's going to be in the movie. Here's money. Here's money.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
racked up $8 million to make this movie.
Uh-huh.
Transgender people complain. Oh, you should have a transgender person playing the transgender
Yeah,
character.
yeah,
I
except
guess
they
what?
wanted it to be attractive.
But but this is what happened.
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson's like, okay, I'm gonna back out of this movie.
Yeah,
Guess
yeah,
what?
yeah.
All the investors did back down.
Backed out
Oh,
of the movie.
Scarlett Johansson's not in the movie. I'm give my money back. And
Yeah.
now the movie didn't be made. That's the
Exactly.
problem. You got to have a big name.
Counterproductive.
You got to
Yeah.
have a big name to get investors to pay
Yeah,
for the movie, unless
I
you're some
know.
crazy big name director like I don't know Spielberg or Tarantino or
Well, because they're the name, yes.
yeah.
Because that just them themselves are the
Mhm.
name. I mean, that's the thing with Tarantino. Tarantino always uses these big name actors and stuff like that. He doesn't
But
have to.
but
He
but
is the name.
but everybody knows you're gonna do what Tarantino says.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because Tarantino doesn't. He seems like the type that doesn't take anybody's shit.
Well, I seen
Yeah.
him on an interview. Howard Stern interviewed him at one point back in the day, like during the time of like Kill Bill, like back then. And one of the questions that he asked is, talking about how he got this person, how he got for different movies. And Howard Stern asked him, "Do you let people ad lib?" And he goes, "No."
As he
And he goes,
shouldn't.
"Yeah." And well, you got all these big name actors that they want to put their input. He goes, "No, no, no. I'm hiring them to say the words I put on the page. Now, if they want to convince me to do another take with a different, that's we can talk about that. But I'm hiring you to say what I fucking told you to say."
Good for him.
Yeah,
And that's
so
why his movies are timeless.
yeah, yeah,
You know, and you win a Tarantino movie, people are going to talk about that movie
yeah,
forever.
yeah.
You know, this isn't
And
some
he's is he making Kill Bill 3 as his 10th movie? Did I hear that right?
on Joe Rogan's podcast. He said he's going
Uh-huh.
to make 10, then he's going to
Yeah.
retire. He said technically he could retire now if he's going to be technical about it, because Kill Bill 1 and 2,
Was supposed to be.
he
Yeah.
considers that one movie.
Yeah, well, they filmed it
So-
as one movie. He was going to release like a 4-hour movie,
Oh,
and
really?
Harvey Weinstein, our hero, convinced him.
Jesus Christ, dude.
I'm just trying to piss people off. Harvey Weinstein convinced him to cut it into 2 movies because they'll make more money, which I guess makes sense. Also, I got to be honest, I loved Kill Bill. But Kill Bill is 4 hours would have been a bit much, dude. I think it would have been more than 4 hours.
Well, you know what's funny? How many times have you binge watched a series on Netflix?
I know, yeah, but
but a 4-hour movie. Oh well, we kind of no. Okay, that's got to stop right there.
Well, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing about binge watching a series. It has every half hour or every hour, or every 40 minutes, whatever it is, it has an end that you can stop. You just don't. If you're watching a movie,
pause button. You just pick it up.
Yeah, but it doesn't have set places to stop.
Oh boy, yeah, they're called chapters. You ever see that on a DVD?
Yeah. Actually, technically, Tarantino's films all have fucking like chapters and titles to each. But anyway, but no. Anyway, so, but he's supposed to end on 10, which would be his next movie.
Mm-hmm.
And what I heard is he's making Kill Bill 3. So does that not count as the 10th?
Don't know.
Because it's part of Kill Bill? I
don't know.
I want to see what dude does next, though. I have no problem. People are like, oh, why is he stopping and all that? I don't blame him either. But he said something in an interview that made me think that this would be good even for the audience, because he said I'm done making movies, but I may write a book. There are certain series. I'm thinking I would fucking kill to see a Tarantino series.
Oh,
depending on where it's airing, by the way. Because if it airs on fucking CBS or some shit, that's gonna suck.
He's not going. Come on,
HBO or
he's not going to go to CBS. He's going to
go
to
be
either Netflix or Amazon or HBO. But on Rogan, he was like, "I want to go on top. I don't want to go out when when I'm like half in the bag or something."
Yeah. And he's a cinephile, so he's watched all the directors that he loves all fall off the edge of the cliff. Every one of them.
Yeah.
So he doesn't want to become that. So that makes sense. But if he makes a series, he didn't say anything about what the series might be about. All he says is, I'm thinking of creating a series and I have a few ideas. And I'm just like, Tarantino plus series, I'm in. I don't care what it's about. I don't care.
It could be about My Little Pony. I'm watching it.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He's that fucking good. Like, anyway.
But even like once upon a time in Hollywood,
mm-hmm.
like as I'm watching this movie, I'm like, this movie's kind of like, meh.
Uh-huh.
Like there was some, like when you think something's gonna happen, Brad Pitt drives away. I'm like, but then that ending saved it all.
Oh yeah, no, the ending was great. That whole movie was basically a love letter to Hollywood.
Yeah,
to old Hollywood, which is what Tarantino loves.
Old school Hollywood.
Which I don't share that with him, but I was able to see what he was doing, and even though it was slow and all that, it was still entertaining the whole way through. There were good parts in there. The part with the when the dude flattens what's his name's tires.
That scene was great.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna check on my buddy, whether you like it or not. I'm like, oh,
yeah. The whole scene was great, the whole thing. And then he fucking knocks the guy's teeth out and all that stuff. And then the fight with Bruce Lee. So there were things
Oh,
in there
dude,
to
that
yeah.
was so good.
But the whole thing was just a love letter to Hollywood, to old Hollywood, including the spoiler alert, including the alternate reality ending was a love letter to Hollywood. Like it was a revenge fantasy for what happened to the, to have what the fuck was her name? I was about to say Kate Moss. What the fuck was her name?
I don't remember. I can't.
The Manson family, who the Manson family killed. Wasn't the story that they cut the baby out of her stomach?
Oh, dude, I don't even want to know. Like,
So it's like, Jesus Christ, how fucking evil can you be?
what I think, what I never could, what I couldn't believe was that they were able to get to that act. Like, I heard she was a big name actress, and they were able to get to
Well,
her
it
in her
wasn't
own home.
she was an up and coming big name actress. Who
Yeah.
was really big was the dude she was dating,
Roman
the dude
Polanski.
Roman Polanski. That dude was fucking huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it wasn't it his house, I think.
That was his house.
That she
Yeah.
was out.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, they got like
Yeah.
nowadays you never see that shit happening.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know, man. That shit was crazy. Manson's a weird one because Manson never actually killed anybody.
I
He
know.
just convinced people to kill for him. And from what I hear, he's like a 4'2" dude. Like he's, you know what I mean? Like, how charismatic of a character is he to get people to do it? Like, in other words, if we had met him back in the day, would we have joined up?
I don't even want to know. I would hope that I'm not that stupid to like follow that lunatic.
You
I mean, I know
that, but
I mean, I've met some people growing up. It's like, oh, let's do this, bad thing. I'm like, no.
yeah,
Let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's go take a car. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Because like I've had girls and people tries like, come on, let's smoke some pot. I'm like, nah. This was way back before it was.
I did like how they
illegal.
made. I did how they made a hot actress play Squeaky Fromm. Squeaky Fromm was not hot. You don't remember what Squeaky Fromm looks like?
I don't know what she looks like.
Let me see if I can find a picture. Maybe we'll end.
And I'm sorry, Dakota Fanning. I still remember. To me, Dakota Fanning will always be that annoying screaming girl from War of the Worlds.
Yeah,
like I know she was a kid, but I was hoping she was going to get killed in that movie.
Mm-hmm. Wait, say it again. I missed it because I'm looking for this picture. Who?
Dakota Fanning. She was Tom Cruise's daughter in War of the Worlds.
Oh,
and
okay.
I'm like, oh my god, can you kill this character? I know she's a little girl, but my god, is she annoying?
There are many characters like that. Do you remember? There's Squeaky Fromm, by the way. That's the
What?
actual.
Oh,
that's the actual Squeaky Fromm. What?
Oh.
So
wow,
so
okay.
it was a good thing the dude that she was fucking in that cabin was blind. If that's part of the true story. But anyway, yeah, Squeaky Fromm was that. Also, she's olive oil skinny. You remember Olive Oil from Popeye? Like she's real. It's like she's not even a butterface. Is my point. But poor girl. But anyway, I was gonna say something else, but I completely forgot. Fucking Squeaky.
Well, I remember.
Fromm.
Was it one of the two girls was up for parole, and they're like, no, and they're like, oh, this is a travesty. It's like, bitches, you killed people.
Yeah,
like shut up.
Like brutally killed people.
What's wrong with
and
you?
And by the way,
but we were teenagers and we didn't know what we were doing. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And you spent how long in jail? And you think you know better now what you're doing? You spent your whole life in jail. Just
I don't know.
Sit back and enjoy the ride.
Here's the thing, man. I was a teenager. I didn't kill anybody.
Seriously.
Not only that, it never even entered my mind as a possibility.
I know.
Anyway.
And in fact, I never met anybody. It's like, hey, you want to go kill somebody? It's like, no, it never.
No.
You want to hear? You want to hear a really stupid story?
Uh-huh.
I used to work at a certain pizzeria, and we had a friend that wasn't really a friend. It was somebody that just kept hanging around.
Yeah,
and
I've known many of those. Yeah.
Okay, so we used to hang out. A lot of my friends used to hang out at where I worked, and the place wasn't making lots of money. If we made $100 in a day, that was probably a good day. I was the only one working there. That's why we were all able to hang at this place.
Mhm.
And he used to go off about, oh, we could easily steal all the money in this place. I'm like, what? $200? Shut
Yeah,
up,
yeah.
dude. It wasn't anything that's going to be life changing. So
Yeah.
I always just dismissed it. You know, it's
Mhm.
like, okay, shut up, dude.
Yeah.
So apparently, I don't know where he went. He went to another state and he got busted. I
Yeah.
don't know what he was doing that got him busted.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Apparently, he ratted me out saying that we were going to steal the money from this pizzeria.
Oh, gee.
Yes. And the cops in Virginia called the cops in where we are,
Yeah.
and they called my boss. And my boss talked to my mom, and mom was like telling me what was going on. I'm like, what? Like, what? Are
I'm
you
not even in the same state, motherfucker.
seriously?
Yeah.
And my boss is like, my mom's like, the dude's an idiot. He's like a moron. It was,
Yeah.
I'm like, and mind you, this motherfucker was the type of person who's like, snitches get stitches. You never
Yeah,
rat
yeah, yeah, yeah.
anybody out. It's like, bitch, you
Dude,
just,
for
yeah.
yeah, for a long time, I have somewhat of a similar story, but it was just a kid that fucked with me and basically punked me, and I backed down from him, and for years I felt like shit, like I should have fucking stood up to that kid. I should have fucking decked him. And then like 10 years later, I found out he was in prison for murder. That was just my
Jesus.
survival instinct just kicking in. Like, do not fuck with this dude. Back down, back away. It doesn't matter if you look like a pussy. But yeah, for years I was like, yeah, for you know those things that you want to go back and change,
Mm-hmm.
and then finding out later, yeah, if I went back and
No,
changed
that
that,
was a good,
if I
that's why,
won that fight,
that,
he probably would have killed me the next
that's why
day.
you're still alive.
Yeah, exactly. In an alternate universe, he fucking killed me. But anyway, all right, we've been recording for an hour, so I'm just going to stop
Okay.
here.
All right.